Hi, welcome to It's Time to Review Something. Good morning, welcome back to my channel. It's time to review something. Well, you know, the other day I rode the Challenger Dark Horse, and I love the bike, and I've ridden the Road Glide. So let me back up a little bit about my history. I started off on a 1996 Royal Star Yamaha, Adventure Royale, older bike. It was my first bike. Came back to the States. I really wanted the Ultra Classic. And of course, I heard all the rumors, you know, how they beat up Japanese bikes, etc., throw them in the trash, hang them from trees. So I never went to the Harley dealer and asked them. I went up to Duke's Yamaha there in Hopkinsville and bought my 96 Royal Star. Now, I put 30,000 miles on my Venture Royale as my first bike. And then I sold my Royal Star when I got to Korea for 50,000 miles. Okay, that was pretty good. So what I wound up getting, I got the Heritage Classic Softail, my very first Harley Davidson. My son laughed at me because he says, I had the first Harley. I said, well, yeah, that's true, but I've got more miles. So I rode that for a year or so, and I wound up giving it to my son. And until I bought my 2006 Ultra Classic, which I rode for another 30 or 40,000 miles on that bike. So, as you can see, my miles are accumulating, just my years are not. So, but once again, I got back to the States and rode some more, and then I said, you know what, I had to go to 3. Wasn't happy about it, but I went to 3 anyway, so I bought a 2012 Tri-Glide, and rode that for, another 40, 50, 60,000 miles or so, to include a trip to Alaska and back. So, got a hair up my butt one day. What I decided to do, yep, I bought the Ultra Classic Limited, and I loved it, okay? I didn't know any better, really. It's just I've always been an Ultra Classic kind of guy. 3 or 2 wheels, don't matter. And then, of course, the wife was not very happy with the way I rode. Not the riding portion, but the stopping because of my legs, having neuropathy and all that. So we got this 2017 Tri-Glide, and this one also has 45,000 miles on it now, 44. So as you can see, I ride. I did test drive twice the Road Glide, and I would tell you what, between the Ultra Classic and the Road Glide was better. It leaned better for me, it rode better for me, and I kind of like it. Harley Davidson has a problem with suspensions. I don't care if it's a trike or the bikes. You hit a pothole, your butt and back feel it really super well. And it always felt on the Ultra Classic that I was top heavy. So every time I leaned into a corner or something, I always felt like, oh shit, the bike's gonna come out from under me. Never the case, but it just felt like that, okay? So, Challenger came out, Indian. I've never thought about an Indian, not once in my life. And so I went and rode that Challenger. Oh my gosh. Yes, it put the Road Glide to shame. Why? One, it's about 1.5 inches lower to the ground for us short-legged people. So we could sit on there comfortably and put my feet flat on the ground. I couldn't do that with the Road Glide. Second thing is, it didn't feel every damn pothole in the ground. It was smooth. That monoshock in the back was smooth. And so I really loved it. I got into the corners, as I discussed with you earlier, tape in the Challenger, and so on. So I posted that on YouTube. So that led up to the questions, and I love them. Trust me, people. You hit the nail on the head sometimes. So what did I do? Well, apples and oranges, ladies and gentlemen. I compared the differences in the prices between the two bikes, and I should have worn my glasses so I could see this. So I'm gonna pause here and let me get my glasses. Sorry, I want you to notice this. I went to that world record twice in 2018, which we did not make the world record for the longest Harley parade, but we did in 2019 thanks to Anna Sandoval, Law Tigers, and of course, Paris, Harley Davidson dealer down there. So let's get to the nitty gritty on this thing. The Ultra Classic Limited, you're looking at $27,000, $28,000, right? like the guys are saying, and I agree with them 100%. The tour pack is included. Speakers are included. Trunk liner inside the trunk is included. The mounting kit is included. The base plate that holds it all on is included. And passenger floorboards are included. GPS, you always can update it every year without a problem whenever they come up with an update. Included. Okay, so I got to the Challenger. Base price on the Challenger, limited. Now both of these are limited, okay? So, MSRP starting price is $28,749, as you can see. But let's add the tour pack, $1,850. Speakers, $619. Trunk liner, $120. Mounting kit, $165. The base plate that holds it all, the quick release portion of it, once again, $520. And of course, if I want the passenger floorboards instead of pegs, $205. Comes out to about $3,980. Added onto that makes the whole bike $32,729. And I'm going to put all these, like I said. And like I said, one small note, GPS. After 2 years, the GPS will cost you $80 a year to keep it updated, new, with all the weather on there and all that. It has a really spectacular GPS. I really thought it was pretty cool because as you're riding, you can see the rain clouds moving in just like you look at my radar or something like that. So that's a plus, okay? I cannot say enough about the ride on the Challenger. It's just that I have to, and this is including what the Ultra Classic Limited with the tour pack and everything has on it, okay? So I put these on there for you to look at because you are right. There is a difference in the price. They should be included. There should be an option for it, all the one bundle. And let's not forget, if you bought just a base model, right, at $23,000, something like that, you don't have road guards and all that. Some of the other key features that we talked about, the windshield goes up and down. Awesome, awesome feature. Plus the radio is closer, and that I found that the controls were a lot easier to use because they're up here, the trigger, the buttons, and all that were easier to use, except I did have a radio issue, and they knew about that now because people touching it, and they shouldn't be touching things, right? Other thing about the Road Glide and the Indian. Okay, the Indian doesn't give you a lot of color choices. I really wanted that gray one, and I will tell you that gray to me, just like this, gray looks pretty, where the Road Glide is still a pretty bike. Now to me, I would add spotlights, what they call the Pathfinder lights, which is another $600 with the mounting brackets and everything. And you would have to do the same thing on the Road Glide. Handlebars, of course, I would have to have taller handlebars on both of my bikes, just like I do here. Got to have the bars. So those didn't include. This is just a basic, if you went out and bought the bike to look exactly like a Road Glide, the Challenger would have to pay this much more difference. So there is a big difference of about, let me see, 28,000. So you're looking at about $4,000 difference, okay? I got it. I'm willing to pay that. It all comes down to two things, ladies and gentlemen. What is your preference of riding? I tell you, I have a heartburn with dealerships sometimes. And I think I watched a guy on YouTube the other day say the same thing. He's never going back to Harley because he was treated like crap at the dealership. I've been waiting for a part for my bike now for over a month. Just a little cable because my radio doesn't work. It hasn't worked for 2 years or more. I'd actually say almost 3 now. And it's really disappointing when I went in there and I asked the lady, I said, okay, when can I expect them? She goes, I don't know, whenever they get here. I have a problem with the service department, that's all. But that's just me and my dealership here in Clarksville. If I have the money, if I am graced enough to have some money, I will probably wind up getting the Indian Challenger Limited. But I probably won't throw the tour pack on there and all that stuff because I want just a 2-wheel bike for myself because I know the wife will never ride with me on 2 wheels again. Has to be 3. But I think I would get the tour pack on there and then maybe later on trike it out because I just like the ride, the suspension. Harley Davidson suspension sucks, it really does, but that's just the way it is. I made that mistake when I should have taken my 2014, did a conversion kit on there, would have had a bigger trunk, an extra gas tank right here under me, so it gives me more range and all that. Fuel range, they're about the same, ladies and gentlemen. There's no difference. You get anywhere 38 to 40 something miles per gallon. So you can do the math. If you ride 2 up, it's gonna go less. You tow a trailer, it's gonna go less. But I said 210, 220 because I really didn't know, so I went and checked. Yeah, I've asked questions from Indian. I've gotten a response like that. They text me back. They don't email me. He texted to my phone number, a guy named Nick from Indian. Did a real good job answering all my questions, mainly about the GPS, the services, and what comes with the bike and everything else. So, ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. What can you afford? What do you like to ride? And what makes you happy? That's all it's about. That's all this video is. I just want to show you a comparison between the two. You can go on YouTube and type in the Indian Challenger. There's like 100 videos out there showing people riding it behind the handlebars, doing the same thing. They talk a lot about the features, the radios, the windshield, and the performance, and the monoshock, and all that. I wanted to show you the money, okay, and what it all comes down to. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my channel. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry if this is so long, but it needed to be get out there. And the gentleman who asked the questions about his road glide and what he told me, perfect. You're spot on, buddy. And anybody else that comments, I will never put your comments down, as in put down. You guys are the reason I do some of this, because you ask questions and it makes me think, okay, you know what? There's an answer for that. I have to go look it up because I promised these people I would. And in a nutshell, it comes down to the bottom line. Let's ride. That's all that matters. We just get out on the road and we have fun and enjoy life. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Give me a thumbs up if you like me. You know the drill for the other way. And subscribe to me if you like my channel. Tell your friends. Hit the notification bell every time I post something silly and new. It'll pop up, okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. It's a good Friday today. The weather's 27 outside for me, so probably won't get out, but at least I got this done for you. So thank you and have a good week.